Welcome back, adventurers, to some more Lord of the Rings Online. I'm here back in Osgiliath just real quick. I'll be back to Angmar real quick. I just wanted to come do this quest. That is a warden quest. I honestly don't even remember when I first got it, so it's probably been festering in my quest log for quite a while. So it's finally time to get it done.
What do you need?
So, Kippen, you think there are things I can teach you? Yes, I have heard of you. All of us who range the wilds of Eriador, be we elf or Dunedain, or Eglen, have heard the tales, and yet you have sought me out, and what am I to do with you? I am no sage, hiding in some old broken skull of a keep, speaking riddles to all those who cross my threshold, and you are not the first warrior to ask me my secrets.
Would you do something for me?
And to that I will tell you as I have told the others. I know no secrets, or none that could be called wisdom. I trust my spear and my arm, my corselet and the strength of my heart. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of our kind. To trust in yourself, the weapon you wield, and the armor you wear. Very well then. That is where we shall begin if you want. I will see you properly armed, and we will call that a kind of wisdom. Okay. So complete a warden's second best ally and complete a weapon of might and glory. And I'll get a class point for that. Alright, so 2 quests opened up. Of course it's branching.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Oh, so we got some good rewards here as well. Let's take a look at the rewards. Not terrible. Anyways, a good spear may be a warden's best ally, Kippen. But what good will it do when an orc archer riddles you with arrows? Or some warrior from Angmar puts a sword in your gut? Answer that if you can. You will need a fine gear if you are going to face the greater threats in this world. If you're up to the task, I will guide you as you collect the items necessary to craft items of worth to one such as you. Bring me the components I need, Kippen, and we will see about making such items of virtue as would be of benefit to you. The first items I will need are hides from the hoary aurochs, which dwell in the misty mountains, and the hide of the boar Redtusk, which roams the hills of Eregion. So I'm obviously not going to be doing these quests right away, because I don't want to go into areas that I have not ventured to yet.
Could I speak with you a moment?
So, the spear, your weapons are good, enough for a vagabond warrior, but we wardens deserve the finest of spears, do we not, Kippen? Yes, I believe we do, otherwise we might as well be doodlanding rabble, jabbing at things with pointed sticks. Then let us make one for you, shall we? Yes, a spear that benefits someone of your repute. Then the minstrels might sing about it as well as you. It means work for you, of course. I cannot do it all by myself after all, and nor should I. Bring me the breastplate of the Angmarim, who swarm upon Numinous, which is in Evenin, and the spear of the Garden Brioch in Forkill. Go now, Kippen. The enemy will not wait while you dawdle. So I cannot do any of these quests without venturing into areas I have not gone to yet, so we're gonna put these off for a little bit. So let me actually take them off my tracker, and I will meet you back in Angmar at the Earthkin camp where I left you off at the last episode, so see you in a little bit. Alright, I am back at Lehma-koti, and let's speak with this guy.
Will you hear of the Yorking's troubles?
The men and orcs of Angmar have been bringing great wheeled war engines through the Ramduith. At first they often broke on their own. It took many tries before the stupid orcs learned how to move these clumsy things safely through the pass. We thought they are taking such pains, perhaps we can help them too. So we showed them the strength of the stone and broke many of them ourselves, seeing as the evil ones seemed to want them in the south so badly. Now though, they have learned again, and the war engines are too well guarded for us, but maybe you can fight through them. These must be treasures for those evil folks, things they need to make war in the south. You can find them in the eastern pass. Alright, so I gotta destroy some of the siege engines, and need to go straight east here. Let me see if I can just kind of fall down gently. Actually, I'll take the little path here. It doesn't hurt. I will say it's kind of silly that I turned in all those quests at the end of the episode, all in this area, and then only one of them gave me a follow-up quest to come all the way back out here. That seems kind of inefficient. But that's alright, I'll do what I gotta do. And for only 4 siege engines here, you figured he'd want you to destroy a little bit more than that, but apparently not. Do I need to go down? Let me go down. Break my poor pony's legs along the way. Should be finding a few things here pretty soon, hopefully. So we got a siege tower. There's a catapult over there. You know what? I've been hoarding all of these. Let me go ahead and do speed boost. That'll last me an hour and a half. It'll make things nice and efficient. Then let me go find some other siege equipment. Catapults. And finally the siege tower. Alright, gotta go all the way back and talk to this guy. And let me see if I can find a decent path up there. I don't know. Might be tricky. I'll fast forward through this though. Alright.
Do you come with peaceful words?
It is good that those engines were broken. We would not want the orcs to think they had easy lives. I know you fight the orcs and men of Angmar for your own reasons, but it is good that you can fight them together in the Ramduith. That we can fight them together. Sorry, my reading skills are terrible today.
Come in peace. Perhaps you will help the Yorkin.
For one so small, you are very good at killing orcs. The orcs are many, but we think that they run through the Ramduith because men tell them to go. Evil men from the north, from Angmar, have come to the Ramduith. One of the men is the leader. We think he will send the orcs against us soon. We cannot fight them in their own camp, they are too strong. But you are strong too. Maybe you can help fight this man, this captain from Angmar. The Angmarim have camp north and east of here called Frithvale. Alright. Let's go fight this guy. And let me see what all this is. Some deeds, and I guess that's just for completing quests here in Angmar. And let me see where this is going to be. Alright, so that's going to be that camp all the way over there. So let's start riding. It's going to be quite a journey. I think this may be the last leg of this quest chain though, so then I can finally move on to Angmar itself. I guess I consider the Ramduith still a little bit of the outskirts of Angmar. You really haven't gotten to it. As you can see, I consider it everything south of here pretty much still just kind of warming things up. But once you start making it to some of the towns, it starts getting pretty exciting. Gonna have to follow the road around. Not the most efficient thing, but really it appears to be the only path forward. No, this is wrong. This is the wrong path here. This is not taking me to where I need to be. I might have to go all the way through the path and then curve east. So I took a wrong turn here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow it unintuitively around where I'm supposed to be going. Because I gotta go around this giant mountain here. So the Iron Crown Captain, he's basically kind of in charge of the relations between the orcs and the evil men of Angmar, and appears to be coordinating a concerted effort here. And hopefully I'll be able to stop all that. Not a big fan of the Ramduith just because it's difficult to maneuver around. As you can see, a lot of the times you're kind of running around the periphery trying to get somewhere, and then you have to dodge a bunch of mountain passes along the way. Makes for very inefficient riding around. I like these little houses that you'll see around Angmar. They have a pretty unique architecture to them. And you'll see them around from time to time. And I think maybe I should come in through here. Let me go in through here. This definitely looks like an Angmaring camp. And it is indeed the one I'm looking for. Very cool looking camp. You can see it's almost like an abandoned village where they have set up shop. Got a pretty cool tower there they built. And let me see where this guy's gonna be. So somewhere to the west. Probably up here. Nice. Is that him right there? It is indeed. Go ahead and knock him down with an ambush. And then let me see if I can kind of round everyone up. Gonna try to kill everyone together here. Lots of AoEs, lots of bleeds. Everything I need. There we go. So, new deed for killing Angmaram. Again, I'm gonna be doing a lot of that in this season. But for now, I do have to ride all the way back to the camp once again. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, hopefully this is the final quest here.
The Yorskin wants only peace.
The captain of the Angmarim is dead? Good, maybe the Angmarim will send another leader, but for now we are safe. Alright, so that is the end of the quest here in this area. So I think it's safe to finally move on to Oghair. And again, at the end of a season, I go back and I plug everything into my completionist checklist to make sure I didn't miss anything. And oh my god, I missed one here. He's gonna send me back to the Ramduith, isn't he?
Will you hear my tidings?
Never mind, he's sending me north. Perfect. North of here, Ramduith opens into the dark land of Angmar. There are many evil men and orcs in that land and worse things too. So we did not go there ourselves. But not all folk of Angmar are enemies to us. There is one called the Hillmen in those lands, who have ever been our friends, sending south to trade with us when they can. Perhaps they will be friendly to you as well. Like us, they hate the orcs, and they stand against the evil ones who rule in the Black City. We want to let them know that the main body of orcs has now passed south into the North Downs. This may help them in their councils, and perhaps they can resume their trade with us. Find the man called Krenog. He's chief of Oghair. Tell him the news I have told you. Oghair is west from the northern pass of the Ram Duith, in a concealed valley over a steep rise in the hills. Sometimes in the past, the men of Oghair traveled a steep trail to our village, a trail the Jorthkin are too big to walk, but perhaps you can find it not far from here. Alright. So this is finally going to send me north, and I can again put the epic storyline back on my tracker because the ranger for that is going to be in that city. So maybe this is the secret path here. No, it looks like that leads a little bit west. I'm going to keep going north. And it looks like this path here is what I'm looking for. So here really marks the division and the actual entry into Angmar, at least in my opinion. And this is Oghair, a city of pretty much these wild guys.
Are not friendly to the unwary.
Perfect. So I got the stable unlocked, and as you can see, it's kind of a swampy type of town. We got plenty of guys here.
Would you lend me a moment of your time?
I did not know you, stranger, and it is my my tribal duty, to know all those who come to these lands. If you come in friendship and are strong in body and spirit, you have nothing to fear. Present yourself to our chieftain, Krenog, and he will find a femme for you to perform. If you are weak and dull-minded, there is no place for you here. Travel south into the lands of the soft, or go north and find some place to die. Krenog's ruling seat is here in Oghair, west of the settlement's central island. I withhold my greeting until you have been accepted by the Krenog and have a femme of your own to perform. So I pretty much have to prove myself to these hillmen. Got a minstrel here.
Stay a moment.
Hello there. You are Kippen, are you not? The hillman spoke of you, which is how I came to recognize your name. I recognize you by your gear. It is not that of the bleak Northmen, to be sure. My name is Declan. I'm a minstrel by trade, though I dare say my family wishes it weren't so. I arrived in Oghair by chance, or fate, or perhaps random luck. I dare say I don't wish to ponder the long roads that led me in search of my family's history. My grandfather was a famous explorer, Durrell, perhaps you've heard of him. He launched an expedition in search of ancient relics in the north. Though we received one cryptic letter about some of his findings, Durrell never returned. So here I stand, quill in hand. While safe at home, I dreamed of uncovering grandfather's secrets and writing them into a fitting tale. But I fear, having looked myself upon these hills, that I have not the will to seek out the barrow his letter speaks of. He tells of something called the Halls of Night. Will you seek it for me? So the Halls of Night is actually an instance that is available here in Angmar. It was released alongside the Inn of the Forsaken in the Lowlands, and I'll get to do the Halls of Night a little bit later on. Again, it is a group content area. I may be able to solo it, but I may not do it right away. So we'll just see. I'm going to put it off for now, at least for a little bit, and see what else I can explore in this town. So here is the chieftain, Krenog.
You are a stranger to these lands.
Ho, Sauron, the Jorthkin sent you to us. It is long and longer still since last we had enough goods of our own to be able to trade with those strange folk. Your words are welcome, though. Little good do they do us. We are hard-pressed on all sides, even with the orc army no longer encamped upon our doorstep. Still, I will open the host hearth of Oghair to you. You are welcome here for so long as ourselves remain.
The hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
You have come to Oghair, but you are not one of us. You are a hobbit. If you wish to be counted a friend of the Trev Galorg, you must undertake the tribal duty, a femme. I may have such a task for you.
Would you lend me a moment of your time?
All who call themselves Trev Galorg must have a purpose. That purpose is their fem. If you have no fem, you are no Trev Galorg, and no friend to us. Prove yourself worthy of being called a friend to the Trev Galorg of Oghair. I will give you such a fem if you do all that I ask of you. It is the place of a chieftain to direct his people to do great things, even in the face of danger, and many dangers are arrayed against Oghair. Torkil, Wraith, and Osbale will tell you of some of these. You will aid them in facing these evils, and you will return to me when your first challenge is met. If you are to prove yourself to me, you must prove yourself first to my people. Alright, so here are his 3 trusted advisors that will each bestow a quest.
The Trev Duvardine have allied themselves with Karn Doom.
The Trev Duvardine press us at every opportunity, Kippen. We must oppose them with all our strength. But still, Cranog insists on caution. Caution. The Trev Duvardine serve the commanders of Angmar now, and they carry their tokens. In return for their bondage, the Trev Duvardine have been given the fortress city of Tor Galvin. We must take these tokens from them and show that Trev Galorg will not stand for such betrayal. The fortress of Tar Galvan stands to the northeast of Oghair. Travel there and wrest skull amulets and bloodstone pendants from the traders who now live in that place. Return to me with these tokens, and I will tell Cranog of your efforts on behalf of the Trev Galorg. Alright.
It has been long since we have known peace.
My brothers were such great warriors, and they gained much honor in battle against the Trev Duvardane and the orcs of Angmar. All spoke highly of them, and both women and men called them mighty. But even the mightiest man can be felled by a single arrow loose from hiding. And so it was with my brothers. Orcs beset them from the cave Morphil, and they were defeated. I have petitioned Cranog for vengeance, and now he sees fit to unleash you upon the orcs in my stead. I hope you are worthy, for if your strength is found lacking, it will go poorly for you. The entrance to Morphil is Fasash Laran, east of Oghair. Defeat orcs in and around the cave, and make them pay for the deaths of my brothers.
There are many urgent matters to discuss.
Our chieftain is testing you, Sauron. If you are stout of heart, you will prove yourself worthy. If you are not, I do not lie when I say that coming here will be your greatest mistake. Some days past, I was surprised by a pair of wargs among the foothills north of Oghair. They are vicious, dangerous creatures, and my escape was made more difficult by my refusal to lead the pair by straight paths to the settlement. But this I would not do. But I am fleet of foot and know the land hereabout, and I made it back safely if winded. But the wargs are nearly arrived in Fasash Laran, and it will not be long before they make it here. Defeat these dangerous creatures. You will find them not only in Fasash Laran, but also within the fortress of Tar Galvan, northeast of Oghair. Whether they guard the Trev Duvardine there or serve as jailers, I do not know, but I know they must be defeated either way. If you do this, I will tell Cranog of your victory. Alright, so lots of tasks. They each seem pretty challenging. Let me see. Let me actually take this off my tracker, because it's basically just gonna send me around here. And let me see if I can find the ranger, which I was asked to speak to. Want to make sure that there's no other quests I can pick up around here. Doesn't look like it. Just this one quest ring here, which I suspect is going to be the ranger. Sure enough it is. So this is going to continue the epic quest.
What do you need?
Who are you? Nay, it matters not. All that matters is that you have come. Matters are grave, and we have need of any assistance we can muster. These good people are beset on all sides by the tyrants of Angmar, who now gather a mighty army to march south and crush the elves and Gondor between their hammer and the anvil of Mordor. Time grows short, and we must act quickly if we are to hinder the shadows of Angmar. Perhaps I should tell you somewhat of our long story. When we first came unto Oghair, the hillmen were suspicious of us, but not overtly hostile. Golodir quickly earned their respect, and he was a great captain among us, and was able to inspire the hearts. we learned that the hillmen were under the oppression of a remnant of Angmar that had returned to Carn Dûm from over the Misty Mountains. But worse, a sorcerer, much likened to the Witch King of old, had also come to the evil city. The hillmen called the sorceress the False King, for they knew well that the Witch King himself could never return to Angmar. Golodir determined that this sturt of Angmar had to be stopped before he could gather strength in the north. He gathered together as many of the hillmen as would follow him and journeyed east with the rest of our companions, believing that Angmar was not yet strong enough to withstand a united front. I was left behind to take word to Estelden in the event the expedition failed, which it did. Do you wish to hear more?
What do you need?
So, you would know how this tragedy came to be. In truth, I know not. I do not know whether it was through some machination of the False King or whether it was purely an evil chance, but our match was brought to an abrupt end. As we marched east, we found ourselves confronted by a vale filled with terrible statues. Ramas Dulon, the hillman called it. That some spirit of evil vigilance abode in the stones there was no doubt, for we could all feel the oppression of them. It was here that Golodir bade me remain. As the host passed through the stones, it became clear why the hillmen feared the valley so. When the last few men crossed Ramas Dulon, the watching stones threw forth a terrible malaise of oppression, such that those men caught within it were stricken dead by the weight of it upon their hearts. I tried to pass the stones, but could not. Golodir bid me remain, and so I did. Days turned to months, then years, and still Golodir did not return. I knew I should have returned at once to Estelden, but I could not abandon my captain. I tried vainly to cross the Ramas Dulon until my very spirit was broken within me. At last, I sent the message to Estelden, which brought you hither. We must learn the secrets of Ramas Dulon, Kippen. Perhaps one of the lesser stones which litter this land, especially near the camps of the Angmarim and Hillmen, will reveal that secret. Go to one of these lesser watching stones and take a rubbing of the runes found upon the base. Beware the fell and deadly stones, for they have too terrible of a power. So you've probably seen some of those stones. They're the gargoyle-looking stones that I've passed a couple of times. So it's time to kind of investigate what's going on with that, and also complete my initiation ritual here. But I will do all that by heading north in the next episode. So I hope you're enjoying the series and the season so far. I apologize for the warden quest in the beginning. If I knew it was going to take me to other areas, I would have saved it for a later time. But anyways, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.